What's up everyone, this is Hoodz right here. Welcome to the channel. Today, I'm here to talk about one of the most famous and craziest animes out there in history, Death Note. Before I get to it, feel free to subscribe to the channel for more upcoming and consistent content every week. Also, don't forget to hit that bell button for that notification every time I drop one of these videos. Lastly, feel free to follow my Instagram at Hoodz101. With all that being said, let's get to it. This anime is based off Tsugumi Oba's manga, which was also illustrated by Takeshi Obata. It has a total of 37 episodes that aired originally between the year 2006 to 2007. The story begins in Tokyo with an intelligent high school student named Light Yagami. He found a mysterious notebook that is titled Death Note. Just lying around at the school grounds, really. He would quickly learn, study, and test the written rules out written in the notebook, like having the ability to kill anyone as long as the user knows the target's name and their face. Light would then quickly become very ambitious of creating a world or utopia where there will be less to no crime across the world as he expands his knowledge, experience, and abilities using the Death Note. He is accompanied by a Shinigami who is invisible to anyone that has not touched the Death Note. His name is Ryuk, and he was actually the one who dropped the notebook to the human world, all the way from the Shinigami realm just out of boredom. He then became very intrigued on Light's actions and motives as he becomes more evil in the process, the more he uses this Death Note. From creating a new world free of injustice and crimes, but also wants to become the god of this new world he is creating. As Light expands and ascends in his motives killing of criminals around the country, it would obviously raise suspicions and various investigations from the police, Interpol, government, and society across the world. Interpol would then request the assistance of a brilliant, very intelligent and enigmatic consulting detective known simply as L. L will become one of the main characters that would also add mystery, thrills, suspense, and exciting moments in the anime, as L would try to find out who is behind all these sudden killings and find a way to catch him as well. Light would name himself as the mysterious Kira for the world to refer to. The duel and chess match of moves done by L and Kira/Light would easily become one of the most exciting and craziest moments in the series. With L trying to figure out who Kira is and Light trying to figure out who L is so he could kill him, provide such entertaining storytelling and shocking twists that would keep us audience in the edge of our seats. Especially the first 16 episodes or so, where I was so hooked and just itching to watch the next episode each and every time. The previous episode ends in a shocking turn of events and just marvel the intelligence of both Light and L as they try to outsmart each other, even behind the scenes. As you could probably tell by now, the story, suspense, and shocking twists are the factors that will really keep you engaged throughout. The story is so unique as well, willing to take risks and go against the grain in comparison to a lot of animes out there today. Which is an achievement of its own, as we all know that there's so many animes out there today. The animations and art styles are so unique as well, rightfully fitting to the setting and emotions that the anime sets to portray. That dark, gothic, and mysterious feel that grabs your attention, even if the characters are just planning or thinking things through. I would also like to mention the animation effects they would utilize throughout the show, such as sudden speed-ups, close-ups, and quick cuts when big moments happen that just makes you react even more in a good way. Even just the illustrations and effects when L or Light speaking, the voices in their head switches up the tempo and makes you acknowledge what they were thinking even more. Speaking of the tempo, it's been a while when the soundtrack and sound effects of the anime affects the pacing, just the emotion, and storytelling so much as well. They are greatly utilized to a point where I could recall the epic and key moments in the anime with also remembering the music and soundtracks used at those scenes. Just truly amazing. Like I said a couple of times before in the previous reviews, I personally believe that there's no perfect anime out there, as different people would have different tastes, opinions, and personal perspective on each and every show. As amazing this anime is, there are obviously some criticisms I want to mention, though it doesn't change my overall opinion of the series, but definitely provides hiccups and missteps that affected my experience watching the show. Firstly, you just have to accept on how smart Light and L are for their age. With both being fairly young, especially Light, just as a high school student, manages to fool, play and outsmart police, experienced investigators, Interpol, government, and society across the world. Because if you're just not going to buy how smart these characters are, you're just going to be calling bullshit or no way every episode. Which I did for the first couple. So just ride that wave and jump on the roller coaster ride it takes you. The other thing would be the fact that the second half of the anime doesn't really live up to the level and heights that the first half has taken us into. Don't get me wrong, the second half was still great, but the first half was just so amazing. Like, I'm talking possibly the best first 15 episodes or so that I've seen ever in any shows I've seen, period. Certain characters will be introduced mid-series and will play significant roles in the story. Just feels a bit shallow at times because these new characters didn't have enough time, content, or background story for us to care comparing to other existing characters. I have heard that these characters were probably fleshed out in the manga, but obviously that was a bit rushed throughout in the anime version. Now for my final take. With all that being said, this is still one of the greatest animes I've seen. This is not even my typical type of anime considering I watch a lot of shonen animes instead. Despite the second half not being as amazing as the first half was so spectacular that even if the bar drops few levels, overall, it is still such a remarkable anime as a whole. Therefore, I would place this in my S super tier ranking. An anime I could easily recommend to a lot of anime fans out there. The story with thrilling, heart-stopping moments and filled with shocking twists and turns are enough for a lot of people to recognize and acknowledge the brilliance of this show. Thank you for your time watching the video. Would really appreciate it if you could drop a like if you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button and hit that bell button as well for notifications as I drop videos here consistently every week. Also check out my Instagram page at RobinHoodz101. And just a massive shout out for all the love and support I've received here in the YouTube channel and my Instagram page. Truly grateful from you guys. So just massive shout out for that. And about this anime Death Note, like, have you seen it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Just let me know down there in the comments and we can have some conversations going. Would really like to know what you guys feel about it. So until next time, for now, my name is Robin Hoodz and it's over and out.